What's good, man? It's OG Drip, man. This channel where we talk about the spiritual truth and how to utilize energy on a day-to-day basis, man. And y'all check this out, man. As y'all can see by the title, man, we got to go ahead and get into it because y'all ever been scrolling like on TikTok, YouTube Shorts or something like that, and you kind of seen like where they had like the gender war stuff, and they kind of like bring it to you a little bit by the like they'll like say if you just was clicking on something or you and your people was going through something, and that's another thing, y'all. We got to watch what be going on with these websites and stuff. Because at the end of the day, just like they tell you, they're watching, getting information on what you're clicking on, getting tracked, and all that type of stuff. It really means that. So down to the point that, of course, it seems like it could relate with someone's mind. All the way to the point it's almost like they be reading people's mind and they know what to tell people and how to put people more and deep into their feelings and all this different type of stuff. So at the end of the day, this was playing a big part of it. But as y'all noticed, a lot of that done died off of how you had the red pill people, the feminists, all of them was like at the top of the key at one point, right? They was out there, making people, go through relationships that wasn't real. And that's another thing. The relationships that we know of or the things or how they created for us, it's a whole nother thing. We being tricked. You get what I'm saying? We being tricked to think, Disney basically taught us this is how a relationship goes. Everybody's relationship is not the same and everybody don't relate the same. So that don't even make sense. So when we started to dig into it, how you actually create a healthy relationship is understanding each other. Everybody's not meant to be together. Another thing that helps, stop you from eliminating the relationships is when people add racism, when people add, oh, you're not from here and all that type of stuff. You don't never know. You probably been on walk past the love of your life if you is a single individual and stuff. But I'm not saying go out there and grab for everything. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you'll know. So people, they always going out for about what they could get out of a person or what a person could do for them. You know what I'm saying? So the way it plays is they'll use that as the female agenda, and as the man agenda, they'll use like the thirst trap. You get what I'm saying? And making a man want multiple women and stuff like that. So then they play the trap of telling you, oh, that guy don't love you because he's infatuated with multiple women. So they play so many different type of games, but due to the world of how most people is Christianity, well, Christians, and it come from monogamous. I'm gonna just say everything gets one, so they don't understand Polynesian, so even they God. You get what I'm saying? So when it get down to understanding of how this world get ran, or how they like to push certain genders, algorithms, and stuff like that, they know how to put it to making it like you're doing something that you supposed to be doing. What's good, Ava? So it'll be like, what you do? You ain't doing something you supposed to be doing. Oh, check his phone. Or if a guy treats you like this, he don't love you. Then they'll flip it. Or if a woman don't pay attention to you like this, she don't love you, bro. She probably had a busy week, bro. He probably was out there working all day. So they play these type of things to try to run game on people. What's good, Perez? So this is the way that we see these things, and now they don't started falling off. They don't started getting to the point where stuff. But I got to tell y'all this because a lot of people forget. People get paid for making videos. Y'all know that, right? So a lot of these people, it don't even be real. It be actually fake. Like in real life, don't nobody be actually going through some of these things. So what they did was put it online to making it look like people actually going through this. So then you actually start relating. So now you start playing psyops on yourself and start messing up your own relationships. So even when they go down to that, they always been putting their finger or trying to control the way that our relationships work. That's why you have marriage, and that's why you have these type of things being going on. But to get more watered down, do you notice a lot more people don't want to get married as they used to? Not even just the men, you got the females as well. So people starting to catch on how these systems work, of how these systems is actually traps, of how you're putting someone in your relationship. Now y'all want to depart, or y'all not working at the moment. Now you got to pay up extra funds. Not only that, they want to take you through all these legal things. So now, if y'all had an agreement or anything like that, y'all don't let this person decide is y'all agreement good enough. So that y'all got that type of stuff. So you got people waking up to that. You got people waking up to all the little religious aspects of how life supposed to work. Sometimes that ain't how it goes. Sometimes it's like you can't tell someone that their relationship work better because it's one-on-one. No, some relationships actually work better when it's a couple people in one household. You get what I'm saying? Because they're able to back and support each other. So a lot of these things be like the things that might not work for you type stuff. But the way they like to bring it and present it to you, they like to give everybody the same ideology of how to look at things. So everybody can have the same type of judgment, which is the things that they gave us from the beginning. So even back in tribal days and stuff like that, that don't mean just say every Native American was with one other Native Americans. No, it done been times where you will see them all in one house. So this you'll see a long house, and this is how they get it going. You get what I'm saying? So that's just going. I don't get wet nowhere. But either way, So this is the thing that we got going on right now. We got people like, you know, the person that just said that in chat. This is one of those times that don't have relationships. They'll be one of the ones make them videos. And it's like, no, bro, only you go through that, bro. Only you go through that. You know what I'm saying? Don't try to make the rest of the world seem like they go through that. So this is how they play these psyops and how they play, you know, hidden agendas and stuff. But people have started getting to the point where they hemp to it. They can realize what's going on, but it still don't stop the point of your mind wondering sometimes, right? So they know some people be weak or some people don't have necessarily a stand on validation. And I don't mean to say it like that, but to be able to, you know, validate what they're actually saying to themselves. So we have a world that they know that they already created where it's a seek for validation. So the way that was played out was everybody bringing everything to the internet. So you even have people bring their relationship. They'll be dead ass arguing and have their relationship online, not like they asking for advice, but just showing you the bad parts of their relationship. They don't show you the good. They don't show you that. So you got people that use things like that to manipulate it. So when I say the internet or everybody don't need a phone or everybody don't need to know everything about your business, this is where it comes down to that. Because when you give these people this ammo, all it's gonna do is get used against you. That's how it works, and it always being used like that. And that's how it goes. Even in the hood, you sitting there talking to a girl, you know what I'm saying, and a dude wanted that girl, and he see you talking to another one, he might go ahead and throw salt on your game, bro. You get what I'm saying? Because he might, nah, I want her, bro. You got everybody anyway. So there's always some type of weirdness going on. So we can't play it like it's new or like, you know, they don't sit back and watch how people watch people actual emotions and how they feel about things. They do. Same way y'all think about the Google thing of thinking like, damn, Google knew what I was going to type in before I typed it in. It's not really that. You get what I'm saying? We all giving them too much power with that. It's just that the way that the minds work, or that the majority of the people, when they start putting things in like this is what they searching. Why? Because you had this junk coming at an all-time high. That's why I started to break down. At one point, it was like nobody wanted to be in a relationship. That was like the ultimate plan for depopulation without people noticing. Y'all remember, like I was saying, like 4 years ago, when all those guys was coming out, all those agents were talking about no fat, sperm, semen reduction, and all that dumb shit. Y'all remember that? Now look where they at. They're not even around no more. So this lets you know how these agents come in, push a certain agenda, and then they just move the hell out the way. And they just leave it like that. So not only did you have the Myrans, you remember them? With the red pills, your man should treat you like this and this. You remember all that shit? So now they going out the water. You know what I'm saying? People not interested in that no more. Nobody don't want to hear that no more. Because they starting to look at it in real life. That only thing those things is doing is messing up their relationships. You even got people coming to the thing like, oh, the feminists messed up my relationship. Oh, the red pill people messed up my relationship. What's good, Paige? So you got a whole bunch of people being able to see how these things actually taking a toll on them, which shouldn't even be going on because this is not something that they going through in real life, but they put it on people. They just like the rap music. You know what I'm saying? He ain't really about that life. They don't really live like that. But for them to put it on the rap or for them to try to make you believe it, they surround themselves, even if they got to, around actual killers. Even if they got to pay them off. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them get extorted. Y'all seen how that works. You know what I'm saying? With the big U jump just for one person. You don't think it been other big U's? You don't think it been other people that think the same thing? Hey, we could just do this and make them pay us for every time they come here. You know, that's the reason why, a lot of the jump messed up. And we see how a lot of things come to the scene. But beyond that, it's always like this little agenda push. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, just late night or whatever, whenever the day, especially late night, they got like a timing of it too. So they'll see how to throw something. And if you look at it too long, they throw those same type of videos right back in front of you. So they're looking at your engagement time or something. So even if you went to your phone and walked off and came back, it's still going to start throwing that up more to your algorithm. So then it's going to start playing with your thoughts, having you think crazy, and when really could just only take a conversation. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people act like that ain't something. But when you got bills, when you're trying to run around, work, you got all this and that does, especially a lot of people that ain't in a good position where they can actually take a break or take a chance to get down and slow down things and try to figure out what's wrong with their relationship and be able to talk it over. Everything is not meant to be talked over, but a lot of things, well, not just saying everything is not going to work being talked over, but you should still talk it out to get to the bottom of what y'all both want. Because if y'all not sharing the same, love and passion and got the same ideas and stuff like that, y'all might not be understanding how each other come together and make a path. It's people like that ain't even got no girlfriend or nothing like that. Trust me, I could talk. I've been in a relationship 12 years. You get what I'm saying? So when it comes down to things like that, this is like real mastery of understanding it. Yeah, you're going to have ups, downs, all that type of stuff. You'll even have that with your homies. But the way that these things come, they like to catch you when you're down and weak. You know what I'm saying? Just like how, back in the days, they say that's the main way how a relationship get destroyed and stuff. If somebody going through it and stuff like that, and now, they're not strong enough mentally or I'm gonna say sexually trained not to just go for anything, That's how to get it. So they don't just take it from a woman to be, sexually strong. It take it from a man too. So they play a lot of gender things where it's the same sometimes, and it's supposed to be completely different. We don't supposed to be thinking the same. That's what makes us unique, and that's what makes us different from each other. But that's what makes us be able to get things done. Like I don't get why we done started letting these people think like you have to be an alpha male. Y'all want to know something? That's being over the 60%. So if as a male, you're supposed to be 60% masculine, 40% feminine. As a female, it's in reverse. You're supposed to be 60% feminine, 40%, masculine. So this is how you get the things done, But when you're doing 80%, you're overindulging. So this is not you having a moderation or understanding polarity of balance. So if you don't have balance, you know what I'm saying, everything's going to be hard or cloudy to judge. So you're not going to realize what you're actually giving off. So this is the reason what we got going on with a lot of people in the, the more modern relationships or modern dating of how people want to see it. This is because dating itself was a whole scam. Relationships itself was a scam. That was a colonizing thing, was making everybody, monogamous and thinking that everybody's supposed to be just one and one. Like, you know what I'm saying? And that's understandable because they were trying to use the twin flame and the soul, I'm going to say the soul, I'm going to say the soul ties and try to use the twin flame. And at the same time, they mix it up. You know what I'm saying? This is a separation. A twin flame is when these two flames come together and share passion or inspiration together. So just on a long story short. But what's the names? It could be close together and it could be always separated. So, we seeing how things is. You could be good with a person. Y'all can have a good, but I don't mean y'all necessarily meant to be together. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes that's just how it is. A lot of things work for different people, but due to how we train now, you got one party going for what they could do or what's easy on life and how to get around. So it's like a lot of gold digging. So when it comes down to seriousness, you just got to make sure you tune in with somebody that's as serious as you, and y'all get a full, real understanding of what's going on. You already know, man. You already know that, brother. Oh yeah, you good, bro. You already know it. But either way, man, just talking about some stuff of how these people like to run these agendas and stuff. Like, you know what I'm saying? You click on TikTok or something like that, and they say women this and that there. They talk jump down on women, then they'll talk jump down on men. And then it's like try to make them like, because of our differences, that's the problem. No, that's not the problem. That's how God created us. If that's the case, we want to look at it like that. And I ain't no Christian, but if y'all want to look at it like that, let's go by majority of the world. So it's not about us being, the same. We supposed to be separated. We supposed to be different. If a man good at swimming, every man don't supposed to be good at necessarily swimming the same way. Like we all supposed to have our good things. You might be good at swimming backwards. You might be good at swimming sideways. You might be good at swimming up late springs, however. But the things go down into different degrees. But the way they like to make everything is like everybody supposed to be the same. Everybody relationship supposed to work the same. What might work in their relationship might not work for yours. You might not understand that. You get what I'm saying? So it's a lot of times where people done got to the point where they want to even judge someone else's relationship. So you got a lot of people running people's relationship, and it got a lot of people, coming to the internet seeking for validation. That's the problem. It's just like what's the name saying? If I'm gonna tell you, hey, beautiful, how you doing? You got motherfuckers 1,000 of them saying it to you a day. It's kind of watered down. Even if a person stepped with the actions behind it, it don't really mean nothing. Because some people can't see when you're even trying to show them the actions because they be oblivious. So another thing is our love language. Everybody love language ain't the same. You might have it that Kate things. That's just what they do. They might be good at communicating, but not good with actions. That's just, but everybody's stuff don't supposed to be the same. So the way that they try to run game is to make it like, oh, everybody's relationship supposed to be the same. No, everybody's supposed to be able to have a relationship, rather no matter how it goes. So we always see, people where they trying to judge people and stuff like that, and they might not understand what's going on. And that's the funny part about it, People have a lot to say until they actually dealing with those type of situations. But either way, when it comes down to it, I just wanted to make this known because it's like, yeah, look where they at now. The people that was sitting there saying all of this stuff. You had a whole lineup of the no frap, semen retention, and all this dumb junk. Then you went to the Myron Blakes, the Kendra G's, get off this show. You're an ignorant man. Get off this show. You a hoe. This and that. You know what I'm saying? Like it was a whole bunch of low degrading ass things that was degrading the humanity, period. That was starting to look like a whole bunch of men was going, the opposite way, and looked like a whole bunch of women was going the opposite way as well. So it started looking like everybody was pushing away from each other and looking like the agenda of, hey, not populating, hey, not finding the importance of each other. When I started seeing these new jitterbugs, they goals of how to get things done, and they went and it's flirty with the girls. I'm like, man, what is going on here? Y'all done made it start affecting these kids and stuff, and they don't even realize what's going on because this is what's being pushed to them by, you know, the rappers and by all this type of stuff. So not only do you got, you know, like I say, every female rapper right now is like trash. It's like they super degrading to themselves. You think a rapper 10 years ago as a female was degrading? Nah, these ones going further than false. So the things that she said she wouldn't do, she said she do it all plus some. So it's the same way with the drill music with the young men trying to go too far. It's all about being extremist. That's the reason why the most people that's lit on YouTube or furthest they could just drop something, and a lot of people paying attention, even if they saying a bunch of mumble jumble, is motherfucking extremists. You get what I'm saying? The Charleston Whites of the community. Because they're going to say something crazy. And the whole world going to be like, what? Did he really just say that? And he know that. That's why he was trying to teach other little dude, you know, the game on how to run things. Because it's always like that. The extremists is going to win. They're going to get up there and say the most craziest jump. It was like the little dude that be wearing a cowboy hat. At first, he came in saying and screaming this stuff. So they teach you how to be genderist. They teach you how to be racist. They teach you how to be colorist. And they teach you every ideology of a colonizer, but people don't realize it. So that's why when you got the Hebrew Israelites, they look like a reverse Ku Klux Klan. That's exactly what it is. So at the end of the day, this just shows us how they like to break down things all the way to the point that how a God got something to do with your relationship further them saying that you got to come through them to get married. Makes no sense. They just show you how much control they got over relationships. Just like they do with chicks and, you know, the projects and stuff like that. Y'all already know I done broke down the thing of how the projects work, of the reason where it started from. Not saying it go that same exact way, but y'all got to remember, it does. At the same time, they just play the game with a different skin on front of it, but it's the same character. You know what I'm saying? It's just got a different skin. That's the way they play the games now. You know what I'm saying? Back then, you kind of switched the character a little bit, but it really was the same character, just went by a different name or from a different state of realm. No, now they got the same character, they just got a skin over it. Just like the games. I'm telling y'all, just like now. It just got a skin over that same bot or that same person that they're using. So look at it like our whole world is a game. So when we look at it from spectator form, it's like us looking down before we get into the game or before we get into a body. So now when you're getting into a body, you have these other things that start taking you out of your body or putting you into a position of thought or emotion. So this is the things that they know how to run game on. They like to play with people's mind. That's why they say that. It comes before the body. It's the mind. So you first got the spirit, then the mind, then the body. So the spirit would be the birth. You know, the mind would be the life. The physical will be the death. So something must be born, come to life before it come to death. So that's the way that things, you know, we see things now. A baby a baby and all. Right now in the actual world of the physical, it still makes that same common sense. So when we talking about how they like to run game on people, they like to try to, you know, take it to separations because we supposed to be different. Remember I was saying that 60-40 junk earlier? That's the reason why we supposed to have a certain way that we able to carry ourselves. We don't supposed to be as emotional. We don't supposed to get as much as emotional support and stuff like that. You get what I'm saying? That was just one of the things where they took it and just ran too far with it. It was like, damn, a man do got some feelings, but they made them go like they ain't got 10% feelings, but they got 40. And then they did it with the women, like, okay, she got to stand for something. She can't just let you keep dogging her out. So then they took the, you know, the alpha male and burned back out, you know, the Walking Littles or the Amazons, or however you want to look at it. So they went to doing these type of pushes because they seen the way that people's mind was. You know what I'm saying? They seen that people was more locked into, you know, trying to understand Christianity, monotheistic gods, and trying to be one. So they made it seem like, okay, if this person don't love you, that's not your true love. Like, man, what? Like, y'all don't understand how that's gonna work? It's like connections and stuff. Like, there's multiple connections, but they make it seem like it's just one connection or you're not gonna find it. So they don't make it like, okay, you have a twin flame and you have a what I said, soul partner basically. So when you find these things, it's the same thing with soul ties. You might look at a person, they might look familiar, and you might like, damn, they look familiar, but you might not want to rock with them. But you might look at a person like, damn, they look familiar, you might want to rock with them. It's a difference between however that soul tie played out in y'all past life. You know what I'm saying? If y'all had bad blood amongst each other, yeah, y'all might not, you know what I'm saying, really want to hang out in this life. You know, if sometimes it play out even different because y'all might be the same, but due to y'all so much of the same that y'all don't get along. It's like, ain't enough for you in this tribe. I already got this tribe over here. I got my shit going. You got yours going. So it's another thing like that, right? Where people should mind their own business when it comes to that. So what they do is trick us to minding other people's business, to making us look up and even think that these celebrities and all of them is what you call an important relationship. Or they'll tell you if you're not married or if you're not going by this and you're not in this type of level, you're not actually in love. So none of that matter. We done seen people get married and they whole shit get took. You know what I'm saying? They ain't signed a prenup. Now they owe millions of dollars. Now they, you know, stuck, owed and dealt for the rest of their life. So we see the ways that they could play and use it against us, even separate and destroy people. Start getting people criminal charges and they just was trying to be in a relationship. Like, come on, man. So, like, you know, people now done got him to that where they still try to use that agenda to push a little bit, but it's not as strong as it was about 20 years ago. The same way how we used to believe in stuff 20 years ago. You can't get us to believe in it no more. You know what I'm saying? We know, like, okay, we done been lied to too much for some things to be a coincidence, for some things to be a conspiracy. Ain't none of a conspiracy. Y'all made these movies. Y'all made these type of things to make people feel like this is what their relationship supposed to be. So when you was growing up and you was watching Walt Disney, you didn't realize you was being hypnotized to think a certain way. You was getting instructed from the mental realm of how to control your emotions and what to do with your thoughts. So you never understood it to the point that they ran game past us, was even telling us in these things about how cereal was bad, about how food was bad, fake food, all this stuff in our actual shows, but we couldn't even pay attention to that because we were so sidetracked by the psyop and got stuck into not understanding how life actually works. So we went to seeing them like, okay, Alice put on a glass slipper or however you want to look at it, and we thought that same part was supposed to come. Some people don't show their romance the same. You get what I'm saying? So this is the reason why I be telling people learn your Venus. So you learn your Venus, you can learn your basically your love language. This is the real reason. I mean, this is the real thing of your love language, because you know when the people on the earth sign, they're trying to more of what the table got to do with it. You get what I'm saying? When your Venus in the earth sign. So when your Venus in the fire, these would be, you know, one of the more romantic sized people, or the more people that try to, you know, do the flower stuff and all that. But then when you get down to the water, these might be the people that, you know, want you to feel them and feel the comfort and stuff like that. When the Venus is in the air sign, these are the people that might want you to talk to them a certain way for them to feel the love or feel the passion coming through you. You get what I'm saying? So it's different love languages. Everybody ain't the same. So you got to even understand the season's not even the same. On the same earth that we so-called live on, it's different parts of it. So it ain't even the same earth. Florida is not the same as Australia. A man is not the same as a woman. We have similarities, but we're do not supposed to be the same by purpose. That don't make sense. So when it come down to end the war, gender wars, that's why them joints is blowing up, and that's why people not falling for it no more. You know what I'm saying? It's outdated. It done got out of whack. So it's just something where, like I just said, you can see it in every other thing. So even with animals, some animals take pride into, you know, the mother it has. Some animals don't. Some animals leave the first day. You know what I'm saying? It's a different thing. Like y'all try to make everything the same. That's what's wrong with humanity. You know what I'm saying? Where they try to make everything the same and it's not. That's the reason why we have uniqueness. If everything was the same, what's the point of all this being created? That don't even make sense. So you get what I'm saying? Even on a deeper level of just being able to talk about some stuff. Like I said earlier, I got 12 years in a relationship. How many people in the 30s right now that got 12 years in a relationship? How this world is right now, with all the shit to try to get you thrown off, all the drama wars, all the things on the internet that make you feel like your relationship ain't worth nothing. You got all them out right now, where it make it like it's cool to be single. You get what I'm saying? Like real shit. So that's we live in a world where that's being pushed. So what I'm trying to tell you guys is like that's what it takes. It takes you're gonna have to actually want to build something with each other. Some people don't have the same dreams and imaginations. That don't mean that they supposed to be together. Like they literally don't supposed to probably be together, but it could get along. So people get that confused with getting along and should they be together. Nah, sometimes y'all can't get along because y'all bumping heads and y'all got a lot to learn in certain areas. Sometimes that's what it takes. So if you're not learning in your relationship, which is supposed to be part of it, not like everything supposed to last forever. You get what I'm saying? That's how they try to play everything out. So they'll make you feel like, oh, they never was in love with you because it ain't last forever. No, that ain't how life works. Like it's so many different things to it, bro. And the way they like to play it is, you know, categorizing, putting people in situations where, you know, you gotta feel like you in what it is, fight mode. You know what I'm saying? So you know how you got fight or flight mode. They put you into that so now you make rational decisions. People make a decision and lose their own. The best thing that ever happened to them just because they'll listen to their homegirls. Man, you don't need him. He don't love you anyway. I seen him. And now they done fuck their whole little shit up. You get what I'm saying? Now they done been with a whole bunch of sorry shits that been doing the same thing that she tried to avoid. Same thing with the fellas. Don't try to avoid it. You know what I'm saying? It can happen in a different way, but that's how it happens. Like, it really don't be like that. Some people trying to make it seem like it's a little different. No, the only thing different is just what it is. Men have got to the point where they're trying to be over manly, and they're trying to, you know, get to the point where and then you got the ones that ain't manly at all. So we've got a whole thing going on over there. And the same thing with the women. You got women that's on their point of being feminine. Then you got women that's being over masculine. That's how they is. What about the women that's born with masculine signs? You don't think that they're gonna naturally be a little bit more masculine than the female that's born with more feminine signs? Sometimes that's how it play off. But the way y'all look at it, they ain't even masculine and feminine. They judging something completely different. So it don't even make sense. One of y'all supposed to be more active and show more action and less thinking and more doing. That's the man. Then you got the woman supposed to be sitting back, watching the steps, seeing what's going on. That's the woman, being observative, being informational, being analytical. You get what I'm saying? So that's why even when we look at the zodiac systems and we start thinking about all the feminine signs on the zodiac system, let's just go through what they bring. A woman gonna look at the value, right? That's the Taurus constellation. A woman gonna look at the home, the happiness of the nurturance. So how should I treat the kids? Everybody getting treated right. That's the 4. Then you go to the 6. That's the Virgo constellation. Analyzing, trying to pay attention to what's going on, being self-aware to what's going on around. So to see how they can try to help with the situation, what's going on. So how they can try to help the person that just took action. So then you got the 8th house of, the sex or the transformation. So how they able to be here with you one moment and then to be able to understand other things about you. So the magic and stuff like that, right? So then, because women like magical. That's the way you got to see it. So then even with the birth, you get what I'm saying? For real. That birth is very magical, how we all got here. I came out the same way y'all came out. This junk is serious. But we all is here in the world. That is crazy. You get what I'm saying? That's a really beautiful thing when people can stop and just really look at it. So then when you go to that, you got the 10th, the business, the social studies, the social image of how to be seen. So they got it in that way too. That's like the 10th house, the Capricorn energy. And then also when it comes to the dreams and imagination, they will have more of that, if anything, too. So your woman might have, more dreams or admirations that she see that you could reach or get into life, when she definitely there for you. So this the same way. So now when it comes to the fellas, y'all got to understand, necessarily needing another man for him to be able to complete his goal. So then you got the 3, him being this is around us and being able to adapt to it. So looking at if he in the woods, is he able to survive? Where he gonna put, this thing at? How we gonna set this up? Or how we gonna do this? Gonna do it. So then you got the 5th house of how things gonna be set up, how things gonna be seen, how how we gonna carry on with the things, how we gonna set up the mission to be completed. So then you got the 7th house of what should go, what should stay. The moderation stage of trying to figure out should we do this or the thinking of should it be more? Should we have more fish since it's harder to catch this with this bait? You starting to wear out things of survival and stuff like that. So it goes down to it just like the 9th house of the travel. The Sagittarius energy that the male must have. So this is the way that a man be able to philosophize, be able to tell what's going on with his stories and be able to link these stories together. Just like how y'all have people with tribes meeting and stuff like that. You know how deep that got. You know how deep that was now. So when, even like right now, if a whole bunch of fellas got the strong voices and they all get together, just like us, right? Or doing spiritual YouTube or subconscious community. If all us get together is a lot more powerful than what it was, even if we was alone. So the way that we interact with others, aka once we start talking from the 7th to the 12th house, we're talking about the Sagittarius energy, which is trying to philosophize. So this will be used as a preacher energy or being able to say how, you explore one side of the world and what you experience from it versus what they experience from it, whether y'all explored each other's worlds in a different timing. So this is to get the understanding of understanding each other's path and where you come from. So then that help you understand the man that you're dealing with or the people that you're interacting with in general. So you already know how to handle business. So then you got the 11th house, you know what I'm saying? The ones you know who to associate yourself with. To see the ones you're trying to get together with. But like, man, he ain't trying to do nothing. I don't want to deal with him. You know what I'm saying? And that's real life. That's just like in the hood when you're trying to make it out. When you're trying to make it out the hood and you got those individuals where they still want to be knuckleheads, where they still want to be dumb, doing dumb shit that ain't going to get them nowhere. You got to separate yourself from them. You got to be a man yourself and know that that was up to you to get from around those individuals because they was on crash out stuff. And sometimes it ain't about you doing it. It's sometimes about the company that you keep. You get what I'm saying? So you know what I'm saying? You could be hit with accessory to the fact. Okay, that's the Aquarius energy. You might not need to be around those energies. You know what I'm saying? Those people. So a man was supposed to be understanding that. So you know how y'all see a lot of young men or a lot of men going through that now? It's because they suffered. They was raised by their moms. So a lot of them don't understand how to actually be a man. So their survival instincts is based off of emotion, not based off of action. So this is the reason why we have a lot of those problems. Just the same as the women, you know what I'm saying, where they done been pandered to and don't understand this is real life. It ain't easy to get this. So you see a lot of people now got to work and bust their ass. So now when we starting to see this, it's starting to bring some straightening, ain't it? People were like, fuck them gender wars, man. Fuck that. I'll work and take my dude back. But at one point, it was a woman saying the dude got to pay everything. Remember that? Now they saying the 50-50 don't sound too bad. You know what I'm saying? Dude got tired of playing with that hand. Hey, now being in a relationship, having some stuff by you almost every night don't sound too bad. Now do it. You know what I'm saying? So now it's starting to get the two things of not y'all needing each other, but wanting each other. So it's based off of that. So the wants automatically build a thing where you don't need nothing with each other. So these people right now that's running game and trying to teach game out here, how they teaching y'all game and they ain't even been in a relationship? I've been in a relationship 12 years. I'm only 34. You get what I'm saying? So how is they even speaking? I'm 34. I got all my kids. I got full custody of a child that didn't stay with me. I got my oldest son calling me. Got my second oldest son still come and talk to me. So it's still like How y'all can't do it? You know what I'm saying? It's not hard. So it just show you where a man head be at. So it just show you what we want to take action in. So that's another reason. And another thing, sometimes those distractions is what get us going. You know what I mean? Like these young men now that don't have no get up. Just look at it like this. They probably ain't got no get up because they interest for women ain't like how ours was. But when I was a kid, I'm just telling y'all the God honest truth. The goal was the girl. The money, yeah, was the second in line, but the top notch was the girl. So what is wrong with this world? How is it okay to die alone? That ain't why God created two different genders. So if anything, that's more important than you trying to figure out every goddamn thing else. Like, that's how life keep getting created. So if you think that trees was worried about the stuff you was worried about, you would still have trees. We won't even have trees getting born no more. We won't even have plants getting born no more. Because they'll be depending on what y'all talking about. What's good, high priest? And that's just how it go. And that's just real facts, bro, of actual common sense. Like, it don't get no easier than that. It really don't. Even a plug in a socket. It take a male and a fucking female plug. You can't have two plugs that got a male two things. They don't stick together. You got to have a female so the male one can insert when you just talking about plugging up a damn cord. So where people get this from? You get what I'm saying? Yeah, goddamn. It don't make sense. So we got to understand how action versus a reaction and how those things actually work out. So when you're more reactive or more feminine, you react more. You get what I'm saying? You react to everything. When you're a man, you sometimes you ignore stuff, and it's not because you don't have feelings about nobody. It's just because you're trying to be a man. You're not trying to get caught up into emotions and get drowned out. You know what I'm saying? You're trying to stay dry. A woman could get more moist than you and understand that. They could probably get in their feelings and don't really crash out all the way like you might. You know what I'm saying? A real man, got in you and cause more action, aka you're able to bring more destruction. So say if you 250, your girl shouldn't be 250 with you. That ain't how it used to be. You get what I'm saying? They shouldn't be. But anyway, just saying, it's still bigger people and how things work out. But just saying, this is how these things go, where y'all able to take y'all differences and make them out of it. Even if you're a tall woman, even if you're a short dude, that don't mean they can't be together because they height. People done got to the world where they want to judge somebody by their height. They want to judge somebody by their income. They want to judge somebody of what they went with last. They want to judge somebody of a mistake they made in the past. They want to judge somebody for every fucking thing to the point. That's why y'all see them on these dating shows lined up on an assembly line or lined up like some goddamn dolls that you're trying to grab with a damn hand and try to bring the bit out of the machine. That's why they looking like that right now. That's why the fellas is too. Hey, girl, damn, you look beautiful. What's your name? Damn. You damn near tripped the girl. You about to attack her. God damn. And it's the same thing going on. Like, now you want to act stink with the fellas, and now nobody wants you. You trying to go out to one guy, and he didn't want you. Now you look crazy because his height and all this. That the man you thought he was going to want, he had everything you thought he was going to want you. Hell no. Same thing with a man. How you going to sit there looking like Boo Boo the Fool, got dirty Reeboks on, don't care about yourself, don't care about nothing you do, and then expect the motherfucker that care about themselves to care about you? Nah, hell no, bro. That ain't how it works. But sometimes that can't help each other. But it's naturally of how people is. You might have people that just, pick it out together. That's how some of them is, y'all. But either way, that's the point. Everybody relationship is not the same. Everybody relationship is not going to work the same. Sometimes you got to do different stuff in a relationship, and sometimes the relationship is just not meant to be. I don't know why people act like that's so hurtful. You get what I'm saying? There's so many of us created. I don't get how y'all think that one person is the end of the world. Period. So even you think even if love is real, right? You got twin flames, right? Let's just say that, right? You think if that one twin flame was to die, it never was going to be one for you. What if you never met them and they died before you get them? Got to them. Y'all don't think like that? Y'all don't think that God was more wiser than that, aka how the system work, or how our spirits or how our frequency and our connections work? That ain't got something to do with it? No. Come on, man. We all connected, but the way that we play it out is different. We all connected as being the same being, right? We all the same that way. Then we play out as the same being or the same type of spirit being into different bodies. So then we come with different reactions and different emotions. So then we all got different actions and emotions, no matter which man it is. Every man don't think the same. Every woman don't feel the same way. But they create narratives like this to create movies, or create stigma, or create stereotypes that how you feel like these things is correct. That how you come into these things and you gotta now seek validation through your relationship by watching a movie or by watching a TikTok. They're like, look, see what they said? And that's what you do to me. And the same thing with a man. Be like, look, this is how you treat me. You do this right here to me all the time. Like, come on, man. Y'all letting these people destroy y'all from the inside. So they already figured out, okay, people done got smart. Too many people don't want to get married no more because we tying in and we getting money out of it. And we getting control of it. So which one more important y'all think to them? Y'all keep thinking it's money? How y'all think money be the root of all evil and money came later on in life? Money came late before the evil came. The evil was already fucking here. The colonizers was here before they even got their money issued to even be spinnable. You get what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck? That don't even make sense. For it to be spinnable here, they probably had to spend it somewhere else, but that don't even make sense. So we got to understand the ideology that we all had pumped to us. We had ideology and specific roles that was pointed to us for us not to be actually successful or for us not to be actually critical thinkers. So we was thinking inside of boxes. We was thinking inside of squares, even to the point of people would tell you y'all don't love each other if y'all not married. What? So now a person tell you, oh, y'all ain't right if y'all ain't in this box. The same way as a religious person would. So a person be like, oh, you love somebody, do this. So y'all see how those type of things are starting to water down because people are starting to realize what that shit got to do with anything. We could get married today and hate each other deep and secretly. Hell, we could get married today and start hating each other. Hell, we could get married today and love each other. We could never get married and love each other the whole time. So what did that actually do with it? You telling me a piece of paper going to tell you whether God said it was okay for y'all to get married? Now we got to start talking. It's like, oh, shit, we done been tricked, y'all. We done been tricked to thinking that you and your man, y'all the only ones can be in a relationship. So you got some girls that's out here that's missing out. They buy, you know what I'm saying? They man probably like a girl. They probably like the same girl. Instead of them all coming together and just making it work together, now they just, going against each other. Because they talk, you want her and her. It's a separation thing. Everybody, at the end of the day, I must say this. Everybody wants somebody to themselves. You get what I'm saying? So, but sometimes it works differently. Like everything nowadays work a little differently. Where you might have somebody that might not want somebody, but might not want to deal with a lot of people, but want to deal with you, and y'all can have each other, but they just coming around to have fun. You got that type of stuff now. This ain't 1944. The whole times of the world has changed. So when you have it going to this level, people don't have to live the same. The man don't have to sit there and pay all the bills and get talked to like shit and all that type of stuff there, like how they been doing for years, getting talked to like a slave, and slaves not even real. Like they come on, man. Like I be telling y'all, man. What year slavery happened? In 1800s, if we were still having, the Winter War and all this here, how the hell was it slaves? What slaves? The slaves, the Native Americans y'all captured and had in prisons? Cause what slaves was around? From Africa? Those people? Oh wow. You get what I'm saying? It's like, cause Native Americans, I remember them dying for their land. Y'all had to get them sick for their land. So I don't even make sense. They done lied to us everything. They lied to us about our education. They lied to us about our religion. They lied to us about politics. They lied to us about business. They lied to us about entertainment. They lied to us in every single way. And we still sit here as sheep and just believe it. Even if it's right there in our face about how even a relationship works. That man, just because he looked at another woman, that makes him not in love with you? Oh, man. This world crazy. So he's supposed to be only interested in one woman in the world. Like, what? Like, that don't even make sense. Like, that don't make sense. They make it like, okay, yeah, everybody got to get married to death when they meet each other and fall in love. No, that ain't how that works. Y'all got to get experience and all that. If y'all listen to their way, you will try to get in a relationship unmarried before sex and all this dumb junk, and your relationship don't turn out right. Because you ain't know what you was doing to even keep your man, or you ain't know what you was doing to keep your woman. So we talking about on some deeper levels and junk, to where y'all both been made different mistakes because y'all didn't have, training. Root chakra training. That's what I'm gonna say for now. You know what I'm saying? So like, man, that junk don't even make sense. They need to talk about more people mentality, or trying to keep your mind, stable and stuff like that, and trying to, recognize stuff, talk it out, communicate. Everything ain't meant to be communicated because you can't understand things. But if y'all ain't matching energy like that, one of y'all got to come to the hope of understanding that, or how far it goes. You know what I'm saying? Okay, we might be playing with each other. We just know we both playing. And that's how it normally goes anyway. So when you normally see like a hoish hoe, shit, she normally attracted to, hoish men because she probably on the same level, just don't get caught up as much. And in reverse, same way. So we starting to see how this junk get played out. So they'll make it like you not doing something in your relationship, yet there's nothing getting done. A lot of these people might not have a relationship. Listen, if you do not have a relationship, I'm not saying you cannot speak for relationships. But what I'm saying is, even if you were speaking, wouldn't it be great to hear from a person that got years of experience? Wouldn't it be great to hear from a person that's young and started out with experience? Because it's a difference when you're older and your how I'm gonna say your opportunities don't ran slim. It's a difference. It's a difference. You get what I'm saying? And some people be off survival. You know what I'm saying? Some people will talk to the person just because they about to pass away so they can get their SSI. I ain't lying. I'm not lying. I'm telling y'all, this shit is a fucked up, dirty world out here. So we gotta have that protection and understanding, not to be gullible as a man, know how to think straight. Know what not to get tricked by. You know what I'm saying? Know if that geese is a goose, know where to keep that geese and that goose at. Don't try to grain that geese and then through your family and put it over your family or something like that. So it's still another thing you got to know how to handle business because it ain't got to be done like that. You know what I'm saying? And that's why they even said the thing of, when men cheat, it hurt women less than it hurt men when they get cheated on. You know what I'm saying? Those type of things. Even though it's supposed to reverse because the women supposed to be the 60%, but it's a difference because we grew up with this thing of seeing if a woman is going that far, she might be actually interested in him. She might actually have the feelings for him, aka the 60%. Versus the man might have a 40%, like but his 40 just might be coming and stemming off of, oh, I just want to, try to hit. But I'm telling y'all, bro, I ain't trying to take up or none of that. I'm just trying to tell y'all some real stuff coming from my perspective. I can't talk fully from the women perspective, but I can tell you how a lot of men think. Just because he want to hit another girl or something like that, that does not mean he don't love you. You know what I'm saying? And I don't mean, and I'm not telling you that he going to do it, but I'm just saying the wants or the thoughts that's running across the mind. Some of the thoughts and stuff not even yours, so you can't expect somebody to control something where it naturally go off like that with them. Y'all see, animals don't have all of that. That's us that come with this categorizing and thinking that we own somebody. That's the reason why they came up with the marriage, so y'all can be owned as like material to each other. So y'all can be each other property. So when one ain't working right now, we can press charges and prosecute them. Like, get them back in line. It's almost like a dog and you stinging them or doing animal cruelty, but it's a human, so there ain't no cruelty involved. Notice, you can do animal cruelty and shit like that, but it's two grown people hitting on each other. It's just battery or whatever. Like, it's weird, but it's levels to it. Like, so we get treated below our own animals, which is still understandable because shouldn't nobody get done like that. Violence shouldn't be a thing like that. Things shouldn't be able to be talked about. That's why we have these words. We supposed to be able to use that element. You know what I'm saying? And we supposed to be able to use fighting and action and stuff for us to be able to fight for our passion, like fight for our dreams, not physically knuckle up and fight. What? Man. Wow. How long it been no sound? I think I pressed it when I was walking up there. I think I pressed the mute. That's on me though. I ain't gonna sit up there and brain the internet. All right, yeah, I ain't gonna sit there and blame the computer. I'm gonna say that was me though, cause my finger on the side of the phone is not right there. But either way, yeah, it's a lot of how they use these things to try to play agendas against us. They even doing it with us spiritual YouTubers, right? Where a lot of people, if they fuck with a YouTuber or been fucking with somebody so long, they don't even want to hear the other person's story just because they already under or like a damn a coat damn there. Like, bro, in this world, you could get attacked, like on the internet as a YouTuber content creator, and you could get attacked, and then the only thing you could do is just prove like you shouldn't have been attacked, and the motherfucker won't even follow through to listen because they so caught up onto just being under people's nutsack or whatever be going on. Like, I'm so serious, y'all. Like, people be so caught up and so invested into other people, even me, dog. I'm a spiritual YouTuber. I don't want you looking at me like I'm the end goal to everything. No, I'm giving you the real truth of how to understand this stuff for yourself, but don't look at me like I'm a god or some shit or like I'm immortal. No, I get horny like you do. You get what I'm saying? I make mistakes like you do. So don't look at it like that. But these people start treating these people like gods and messiahs. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know what I'm talking about because it didn't even make sense. Somebody could sit there and tell you, you're not a real you. Listen, it's a fucking real tree. A motherfucker called me AI that I've been watching for years, did videos with and all. Like, do y'all know what world we live in with them to say some shit like that? Like, and that's what I'm saying. And then even like, man, this jumped me so far, y'all. Like, it gets me every time to see how fucked up we is as humans. Like, we're fucked up, bro. Like, We'll sit there and believe bullshit just because we like that person. Like, bro, you don't even know that person could be lying. That person don't know everything about somebody else's personal life. Like, even if they smart, just like me, I'm very smart, I'm very intelligent. I can break down a religion. I can break down mathematics, geometry, sacred geometry, hieroglyphics. I can break down 7 hermetic principles by Napoleon Hill. I can break down a lot of different shit. I can break down what it is, the Genghis Khan. You know what I'm saying? 100 arts, 1,000 arts of a man. How to, all this different damn shit I done read and went through and I already know this shit. Native American shit, talk about, the medicine wheel, the medicine man, talk about the star constellation of being the tribes and not actual stars in the sky. Man, I done went through all that, man, with these people, man. I done went up and down there. I done took people through the Egyptian thing to show that the Egypt ain't got nothing to do with this. Done took them through the Babylonian and show them that this new Babylon right here took, man, every goddamn thing, bro. I done been up and around and done took everybody through there. So I don't get why in the fuck did I even got to go through that? I'm been on here 6 years, just like a motherfucker, average motherfucker been on here 4 and 5 and just popping up. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, a lot of these people, bro, they get biased and that shit ain't right. So a lot of times y'all don't realize these people, we lose each other fan bases. Where you sit there and you say on YouTube, this how this shit work. If say a YouTuber named A and B, if A sit there and talk about B and B look bad and A win the crowd over, later on when A do something wrong to somebody else, now A and B both lost their crowd. And they both could have been on a point, but just didn't have that agreement with each other because one of them was misunderstood. But now they both gone. Just like our relationships. So when our relationships come with friends, y'all got to think it's the same thing. So it's a ship. It's the 7th house. It's understanding the who should I bend over for or who should I bend back for. You get what I'm saying? So you got to understand the waistline, constellation. So it's a pause on that too. But just saying, this is how it works. Like, people don't know who to bend over for or who to have their back. So then you sitting there like, oh, my friends got my back. And my friends got my back. You do the trust fall. And your ass fall right on the back of your head. You get what I'm saying? You start realizing that. Even rappers do that. So some people don't see you for friendship. They see you for value. And you thought because they was around you that they seen you for a friendship or seen you for a relationship. No, that just like the women or the men, even in friendships. Then your homeboys might be around you just because they know you get the hoes. And just because they know when they with you buy everything and smoke all the time with them. Your homegirls might be in the car with you just because you always go by the stove and you always, paying for the gas and stuff. You don't ask them to put in gas. Like, y'all don't know nowadays. People have secret agendas in every damn thing. But the only thing you're going to know is when you actually experience it and you start learning how people is. So you know when a fake motherfucker pull up out the gate. That's why I be knowing some of these YouTubers be capping. Like, some of y'all can't be from the hood. I just did a vlog on my channel the other day where I'm walking through my city. I could barely fucking walk before I'm shaking hands with everybody. That let you know I was actually inactive. I was actually experiencing other people's behavior, whether it was good or bad. Y'all be scared to experience things to the point that people even be scared to get in relationships. It's just experience. Stop being like that. Yeah, your feelings might get hurt. Yeah, this might get... But when you trying to do the other shit, you end up getting the same stuff. And then don't even be prepared to how to handle it. So you don't have no experience with it. Experience rules everything. I don't give a fuck. A person can sit there and be a football coach and telling you how to play the game, but can't even run 5 miles per hour. I would rather have a football player that actually played football and actually run on the field and can show me the moves full speed versus this guy that can't move and trying to show me the moves. Not saying he won't know what to do. He might have it through the words. He might can't teach physically, but he could teach verbally. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, if you're trying to predict a certain physical movement, you trying to learn from the physical person. If you're trying to talk correctly, you're trying to learn from the communicative person. That's the way that it works. Like, I don't get why we think like everything the same. Like, nigga, no, they don't need that coach. They don't need these people. These people are stamped and these people have positions so they can get paid more than the players with doing less work and telling you what to do and how to throw the game and how to do this. Everything already rigged, but everything's fake. So I don't know what people see in the world. You get what I'm saying? So y'all ain't think relationships are going to be fake with friends and all? And then they tell you, slime them out. They make that popular. Y'all don't think that's part of the agenda? Y'all don't think that's part of the push? And then they show you what that movie was with the white girl. She get killed in the movie theater and she come at Helen Keller. So you got the Helen Keller movies on an all-time high. It's like 60 of them now. So you ain't got no movies where people are actually sticking together and coming through with each other, but you got a lot of destruction movies. You know why? They don't physically train your brain to love destruction and love hate over somebody trying to be positive or somebody trying to just come with the right idea to try to get something moving. Like I said, if y'all don't know who I'm talking about, just go back and see the video. It's another content creator, but it's like, yo, you just said all that about me, and the only thing you had to do was just click on another phone and see that the things I just said I was doing, I was actually doing. Regardless if you feel like I was doing it right or wrong, that's when you can go into that. But to tell somebody they didn't just got through doing something, they got to prove right here on the internet, you would think that people would have tuned in to see what I had to say, how I had to debunk the whole thing that was said about me. No, because you got nut hangers, you got nut riders, you got people that's trying to be friends with people or trying to be next to this person or under this person to try to get some notification. And guess what? They never get it. They never get it. I know y'all see that. That works in families and all, where you have like this black sheep one, where this one always getting kicked to the curb, but they always trying to be up under that motherfucker. And they be the first one to get kicked to the curb, trying to be up under somebody. Like I just said with the friendship thing. Who to bend over for? You know what I'm saying? Because you getting kicked in the ass now. You get what I'm saying? Now you done broke your back trying to hold in all this stuff. Trying to keep up with your friends, trying to all from all the top part. Now you thinking too much for them. You get what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. So they get people to try to judge each other. It's all part of the same thing. The seventh house, the Mahat constellation. So if you want to look at it like that, look at it from the same thing of harmonics, of trying to find polarity between the black and the white. So trying to figure out what side is heavier, what side is more light. So a lot of people get in relationships because they're based off of what's light for them, of them trying to make it light for them furthers the needy thing. But no, y'all supposed to make each other light when y'all come together and bring your white and your black. So then it's a balanced scale. It's balanced between y'all relationship because y'all both got something to offer to each other. Not one person doing all the work, so not a scale like this. You get what I'm saying? Like that's not how it goes, because then it's gonna get thrown up in your face. I do everything, the female or the male. I promise you this. I promise you this. So like these people be talking unreal, and these people can't even have real friendships. Like for real, I'm tired of some of these content creators. These boys ain't even got real friendships outside of creating content with somebody. And of course, somebody can create content with you because at the end of the day, they're getting money too. You get what I'm saying? Like, bro, listen, I can do lives, pull up with homies I grew up from since elementary. Some people might not even get along with them. I can, bro. I'm one of the people that's well-rounded. I can get along with white, black, Mexican. It don't matter where you from. It don't matter what you is. I now don't have to change myself and carry myself different. Everybody set me for who I am, because I got like 3 sides to me, bro. I got like a little nerdy side. I got like 2 thugged out side. Then I got like a quiet boy side. Those are the kind of sides of me. These are the minds that exist inside of me. Same way you might have different mindsets because you got different positions of where your minds was. So further your communication, the mind of your communication might be into values and stuff over you talking about relationships. You get what I'm saying? So for a person that talk about relationships, they might be more invested into this. So that don't mean that they're necessarily right, but this is why you get the people like the Kendrick G's and the Kevin Samuels, where they make this based off of their platform, but where I'm just talking about it just for a video. You get what I'm saying? So that's what I want to tell y'all, gang, before I get up out of here, though. So I just wanted to break that down, man. But anyways, I appreciate everybody that came through. Much love, and y'all already know, man. Y'all do the research and pay attention, man. If y'all see 2 YouTubers beefing, don't get inside of it. Try to hear both sides of it. It don't matter if you don't like what one got to say or not. Try to hear both sides of it before you take one side and go too damn far with it. I should have said that in the beginning, but either ways, man, if it's important and the people that need it, they'll get to it. Everybody ain't your friend. You can't please the world. Everybody don't like the color red, y'all. Everybody don't like the color yellow. So if you got something that's red, don't expect the world to want it. If you got something that's yellow, don't expect the world to want it. Hell, if you got both, don't expect the whole world to want it. Everybody got their own things and different varieties of it. So let's get it, gang. And that's all I'm going to tell y'all. Everybody ain't supposed to be on the same team every time. So everybody got soul group members. Everybody don't post to like them. You get what I'm saying? But majority of people will once they get to know you or see your personality or how you carry yourself. Because me, I don't be giving a damn. I just show what I got, and if you laugh or whatever, who fucking will? But anyways, y'all, I wouldn't be on here with a chip tooth if I cared. Ding. Anyways, I'm out, y'all.